5 things you missed from Arsenal 6, Charlton 0. So lads, with the Premier League set to return in just 10 days, I can tell you right now, those 10 days can't come quick enough. Arsenal have started their preparations for the return, because of course with Arsenal's first game being Manchester City, Arsenal need to ensure that they are on full form coming into that game. So with that being said, Arsenal have actually organised a couple friendlies prior to the Arsenal-Man City game, and the first one was actually played yesterday against Charlton Athletic. Now of course Charlton are a championship side, and all I really know about them is the fact they had Willock on loan and that Van Persie scored this against them, and that's about it. But with Arsenal being Arsenal and this being our first game in such a long time, I wouldn't have been surprised if Arsenal lost. But alas, we did not, because Arsenal thrashed Charlton 6-0 at the Emirates Stadium with a hat-trick from Nketiah, a goal from Aubameyang, a goal from Lacazette, and a goal from Willock. It was an absolute masterclass. Now of course with Arsenal winning 6-0, on paper it looked like a pretty comfortable game. But with that being said, I'm sure there's a few things that you guys missed. But with that being said guys, let's get into the video today. And in today we're going to discuss 5 things that you missed from Arsenal 6, Charlton 0. We're back baby! God almighty, we are back again. Arsenal Football Club is back again, and we are 161 days undefeated in the Premier League, and we've also got Man City next. Okay, yo, what's on guys? My name is Charlton, welcome back to my channel. In today's video lads, we are back again, but today we're not discussing transfers, we're not doing a top 5, we're actually doing a 5 things. I have gone out there, done my research, done my scouting, and I found 5 things that you guys missed from Arsenal 6, Charlton 0. Back again FC, is in back again full effect. But with that being said guys, quickly before we get into the video itself, make sure to go down and smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and also let me know your thoughts in the comments on the game, what you missed, what you learned, and all that stuff. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to follow all my social media links are in the description, my Instagram, my Twitter. Subscribe to the Offsiders, and lads, let's get into this video and let's discuss 5 things that you guys missed from Arsenal 6, Charlton Athletic 0. The Arsenal back, Man City is shivering, and okay, I'm now waffling. Let's get into this. The first thing that you guys may have missed is the fact that Ainsley Maitland-Niles started in midfield. The remontada is incoming, lads. That is right, lads. In the game yesterday against Charlton, Ainsley Maitland-Niles started in the midfield position. In fact, he started the first half playing in what I would call the Mesut Ozil role, playing in that attacking midfielder role, but still playing in deeper midfield at the same time. And that for me is very interesting. In terms of his actual performance, lads, if you watch closely, he actually got the assist for that first goal of Lacazette, which I just say right now was absolutely world class. But yeah, if you look into that goal, if you look into Maitland-Niles, he plays a lovely little chest pass to Alexander Lacazette, lays it off to Lacazette, and Lacazette lasers one into the top corner or the goal. I don't matter, it's a goal, it's a fantastic goal. Another part of the highlights that Arsenal released was of course Maitland-Niles also having a shot at goal, which, you know, it was nothing special, but at the same time, I think there's a reason why Arsenal released that. Maybe this is a sign to us that maybe Arteta has seen something in Maitland-Niles, and maybe this guy is a player who wants to bring back into the team. Now of course, prior to the pandemic and the stop of football, Maitland-Niles was completely out of favour. He was a player who obviously Arteta wanted to play right back, but apparently Maitland-Niles wasn't feeling that. And that's something you can't do as an Arsenal player, so Maitland-Niles was in fact left out of a lot of Arsenal squads. But since the pandemic, of course, a lot of things happened behind the scenes. Arteta has obviously been able to talk to Maitland-Niles, and it looks like for me, of course it's just a game, that maybe Maitland-Niles can return to the Arsenal team, but as a midfielder. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on that. But for me personally, in terms of my personal thoughts on Maitland-Niles coming back into the Arsenal team, and him starting as well in the first half, which I think is very key, because if you notice in that first half, a lot of Arsenal first team has started. Lacazette, Aubameyang, Ozil, Mari, Tierney. So to see that Ainsley Maitland-Niles started alongside those players maybe says that Arteta might be bringing back Maitland-Niles, or we might see the next Yaya Toure, who's just English. But yeah, in terms of my personal thoughts on Maitland-Niles in midfield, I actually have said this before, I think he's a player who can play in that midfield role. And in terms of what he can offer Arsenal and the way he plays in that midfield, I think he's also a player who would offer us a lot in that midfield. In particular, lads, it's his dribbling ability. Because in terms of Maitland-Niles and his key traits as a midfielder, it's of course his dribbling, his ball progression ability, and his pace from midfield. And those are all things that we currently lack. And maybe this is a thing where Arteta has identified Maitland-Niles' strengths, and maybe it's something that we're going to see a lot more going forwards in the Arsenal first team. I can't lie, I'm a bit gassed. Moving on to the second thing that you guys would have missed, and that is the fact that Kieran Tierney started. Kieran Tierney is back! Please do ignore my awful Scottish accent, and if I offended anyone, I'm very sorry. In terms of Kieran Tierney, of course, he is another player who started in that Arsenal first half, and let me get it straight, I am over the moon. As Arsenal fans, I'll tell you right now, we have waited long enough to see Kieran Tierney play for Arsenal and play for Arsenal week in, week out. Of course, Tierney joined Arsenal back in the summer for a fee of over £25 million, but he signed for Arsenal with an injury. And obviously he then returned from that injury back in around October, and then after that, he did something to his shoulder against West Ham in December, and since then the man has been out. We've barely witnessed anything of Kieran Tierney. The man's barely played for Arsenal. Now, of course, that's not all his fault, and he can't really affect his injuries, but it's a player who I really think Arsenal need, and have needed throughout the whole season, and we just not had him. In terms of Kieran Tierney himself, and of course him being a fullback, I think it's a massive part to why Emery got sacked, because he needed that left back, and Kolasinac was never the left back that he desired. But alas, that is no longer the case, because KTFC is back in full effect, because not only did KT start, but Kieran Tierney came back with an assist as well. As we all saw, he played a lovely incisive through ball deep in his own half through to Aubameyang, and the rest, of course, we all know it's a goal, goal, goal. And of course, we can't make that much about one assist, and it is a decent assist, but it's still a game against Charlton, and it was the first return game. It's basically friendly. Let's not make too much about it. But in terms of Tierney himself, I think Arsenal fans all know Kieran Tierney is our best left back, and I know Saka's done well so far, but he isn't a left back. He's more of a left midfielder, and we're kind of holding Saka back as left back. So with Arsenal's first team left back returning, I think is a very, very key thing, and of course I am very excited. Did I mention how excited I was? So it's not just the fact that he started yesterday, or the fact that he got assist, or the fact that his accent is probably stronger than our defense, but overall I think Kieran Tierney returning to the Arsenal first team is a very positive thing, and yeah lads, I am very excited. KTFC is back! On to the third thing that you guys must have missed, and that was Joe Willock started in the Mesut Ozil role. You say, what? Yes, that is right, of course. Joe Willock actually didn't start in the first half. Of course, I just said the first half. I think it was more the first teamers. Of course, the second half, I think Arteta completely rotated the team, of course, Joe Willock coming on, and he played in that Mesut Ozil role. And that Mesut Ozil role is a role where, let's get it straight, yes, Ozil's done so far good under Arteta, but he's not a player who's going to be there for the long term, and let's be honest, he's probably going to go in the summer. So if Ozil was to go, we need to find a replacement. Of course, it's best that we go out there and sign players like Coutinho or Havertz or so-and-so. Are you listening, Raul Sanlehi? But not only that, lads, but I think Arsenal also have quite a few promising youngsters who can, help fill that role as well. And one of those players is definitely Joe Willock. Now, of course, Joe Willock's a player who, let's be honest, Arsenal fans, he can be sometimes very frustrating. You can see some games he looks absolutely world class. I mean, let's go back to that goal against Liverpool, top bins, oh my god. But then there's certain games where the man can't even string a 5-yard pass together. And then I'm like, yo, Joe, what are you doing, bro? But make no mistake, under Arteta, I do expect Joe Willock to improve, and of course with age as well, he's going to improve as well. And what we saw yesterday was a player playing in that Mesut Ozil area of the pitch, and he did that to very good effect as well. Like, the reason why I say that, of course, is he was the guy who scored a sick goal for Arsenal, and it was a banger. And if you look into the goal itself, you can see Joe Willock start off in that Mesut Ozil position, and then he runs and drives, and he gets the ball, and he smashes it into the goal. And that is something that Mesut Ozil, he can't do. And it's not only the fact that Joe Willock could offer us a goal for it playing in that midfield role, but also, lads, he is a far better presser than Mesut Ozil, and that is going to be key in the bigger games, because there'll be certain games where Mesut Ozil will be a liability in the big games, where he can't press, where he can't play away from home. And there's where you can bring in a player like Joe Willock, who can play that Mesut Ozil role. He's not as good as a passer, don't get it twisted, but he's a player who can also offer more of a goal threat, and a player who can press a lot better and can run a lot more and do the hard work as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Joe Willock can play in the Mesut Ozil role, or eventually replace Mesut Ozil? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Moving on to the fourth thing that you guys would have missed, and that is the fact that Aubameyang was still playing out wide. Aubameyang who? Aubameyang what? Aubameyang, he is still a winger. That is right, lads. Of course, if you have seen the highlights, you can see straight away where Aubameyang was playing and the man was still playing out wide. Now, of course, that is something that is not new to the Arsenal fans, because that's something that we've seen across the whole season. But the reason why I'm choosing to take note of it is because if you look into the Arsenal attackers, everyone's fit now. And of course, with Kieran Tierney returning to fitness as well, you can now see Bukayo Saka getting pushed up into the left winger role as well. But Arteta still chose to play Aubameyang out wide. Now, of course, there's a lot of Arsenal fans who still know and think he's a striker, but so far under Arteta, and as we saw yesterday, I think what yesterday showed to us is Arteta really sees Aubameyang as an out-and-out winger. Of course, by being a winger doesn't mean you can't score goals. I mean, look at Liverpool, Mane and Salah still get around 30 goals a season. And so I think in terms of Arteta, I think he's looking at Aubameyang in that similar mold of the Salah, of the Mane, a player who can play out wide, but get his goals from out wide as well. But that does pose the question, lads, because if Arsenal were to then let go of Aubameyang in the summer, do Arsenal replace him with a striker, or do Arsenal replace him with a goal-scoring winger? And if we are to replace him with a goal-scoring winger, who is that gonna be? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Moving on to the fifth and final thing that we learned, and that was the fact that Nketiah scored a hat-trick in only 45 minutes. Now, of course, as a lot of Arsenal fans would have seen yesterday, Eddie Nketiah scored a hat-trick, and it was fantastic, let's just say. But I think the thing that a lot of Arsenal fans have actually not noticed is the fact that he did that in only 45 minutes of action. Because of course, if you look into the first half highlights, you don't see Eddie Nketiah anywhere on that pitch. But of course, then moving on to the second half, you can then see Eddie Nketiah come on, and of course, that's where he gets his 3 goals. And another thing a lot of Arsenal fans would have done is gone, oh yeah, Nketiah scored a hat-trick, that was brilliant. But let's dissect those goals as well. If you look at all 3 of those goals, they're all 3 Eddie Nketiah goals. The goals that a fox in the box will score, and the player that Eddie Nketiah is, of course, is a fox in the box. Nketiah is not Aubameyang, he's not Lacazette, he's a very different striker to them. He has the speed, don't get me wrong, he has, decent technical ability, he can dribble, he's got some decent power about him, but he's more of a fox in the box than any of those strikers. In fact, I would go as far as saying, after Aubameyang, he is our most natural finisher and natural goal scorer at the Arsenal team. Now, I'm not saying Nketiah is the player to replace Aubameyang in the long term, but what I'm saying is, it's still a possibility, because what Nketiah is showing at such a young age is a player who has a very, very good ability to be in the right place at the right time and get the goals when needed to as well. All 3 of Eddie Nketiah's goals yesterday were simple Eddie Nketiah goals. They're goals that we've seen him do time and time again, not just for the Arsenal first team, but also for the Arsenal youngsters, the academy, and also at Leeds United. Put it simple, lads, the man is a goal scorer. And another thing that I'm sensing as well is the fact that Arteta probably likes him as well, because of course, with Arsenal cancelling his loan from Leeds United just midway through the season, Arsenal could have easily just sent him back on loan again to a Championship side or even a Premier League side. But after training with the Arsenal first team, of course, he impressed Mikel Arteta, and in fact, Arteta actually chose to keep him instead then. And not only did Arteta choose to keep him, lads, but he also has started him in a few games as well. Of course, he scored a goal against Everton, he started against Newcastle as well. And I think what we're seeing here, lads, is a player who Mikel Arteta clearly rates. So the question then goes to you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Eddie Nketiah has the capabilities and the facilities to play in the Arsenal first team for the long run? For me, Eddie, you know what? When I need a goal, I'm gonna call you for sure, mate. Manchester City, Pep Guardiola, Sergio Aguero, Kevin De Bruyne, we are coming for you. And make no mistake, you are gonna feel the wrath of Eddie Nketiah. And just go light on us. Cheers, lads. But with that being said, guys, I am going to end the video around there. Of course, if you have enjoyed the video, make sure to go down there and smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think AZ Maitland-Niles can play in the Arsenal midfield? Do you think Eddie Nketiah can play up front for Arsenal? And what do you think of the return of man like Kieran Tierney? Make sure to follow me on all social media, vote for me for the Football Content Awards, and of course, subscribe to The Offsiders. Links are in the description. But with that being said, guys, we're going to end the video around there. In today's video, lads, we have discussed 5 things that you missed in Arsenal 6, Charlton 0. I hope you have learned something new, and I hope Man City are ready for us, because we're not ready for you. I'll see you next time in a bit.